Guys, we are live. Apologies for the slight delay there. We were just wrapping things up. We were on the run show there talking about the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 competition that we are getting so pumped for what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to tell you about the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 competition. What I do need to urgently tell you is that we had some entries. While the market was pulling back, we saw a possible entry on Injective. We saw a potential move on GRT. We had an entry on CAS. Guys, I've done it again. I've taken a CAS long. I might need some counseling after this. I've bought it on a 𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗍 retest. I'm going to tell you guys about that shortly. Could get absolutely rinsed again. That'll be the fourth time for me on CAS. So I'm going to need counseling from Bruce and Dave, who are here with me today. They're going to have to take me through this thing because I see there's even some traders on Twitter at the moment talking about CAS falling over now. So here I am, long CAS on support. We're going to see how that works out. The market has turned a little bit green in the last hour, but today it was a little bit concerning. If you look at the day as a whole, things haven't been pretty. We've got Gala down 3%, 𝗓𝗍𝒑 -4, Rollbit. We never deal with Rollbit. We got to deal with Rollbit. It's -6%. There could be an opportunity there. 𝗓𝗓𝒄, does that even count? 𝗓𝗓, does that even count? I don't think so. Maker 2.5%. Link is looking good today. 200-day MA held support really nicely. So I think, you know, until we get the interest rates announcements later today, things are going to be relatively flat. But I see we have held some good supports on some of these altcoins. And I think, you know, a lot of it's got to do with this current BTC situation, which is still holding this level that we've been talking about for the last 3 or 4 days. This 26,800 region has been strong so far, but I am seeing more and more and more of this 50-day MA coming into play on these altcoins, and we're getting strong reactions. I was scalping SPX today off a 50-day MA. I'm going to show you guys about a little bit more about that shortly. Let's get Davey and Bruce in here. Simon is also on his way today. Here's Bruce. Let's see if the round of applause works today. Hopefully you guys can hear that.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good.
There's Dave. Guys, welcome. A little bit red today, a little bit squeaky, you know, squeaky butts on chairs there while we watch these alts drop into areas, but nothing to panic about yet. What are you guys feeling out there?
Wow, some volatility.
Tell me what you guys are in.
I mean, I'm always glad for when things go back because it creates better entries.
It's bull country. When we get, just like I say, guys, when we pumping these green candles into resistance, that's bear country. You know, when we're getting these red candles down into our nice high impact zones, that's bull territory for me. And that's where we go hunting, and that's where our best entries are. Guys, just to cover, what are you trading at the moment? What are you in, or what are you looking for?
David, go ahead.
I'm in a spell short that we talked about yesterday. I posted it on the Discord, and I'm looking for a potential long on LDO and Fetch protocol.
Okay, so Fetch, I've actually taken a little scalp there on Fetch. I'm still sitting in Solana. I closed Matic by accident. I grabbed TRB on a 382. I'm going to show you guys now, and I've got CAS. Bruce, what's happening there? I've lost you there, Bruce. We can't hear your voice at the moment, so let us know, guys. I'm going to jump into this BTC. Bruce is just going to sort out his sound. Bruce, just let me know when it's working. Or just yeah, there we go. Okay, so Bruce is working, guys. So what I'm doing right now, we're watching BTC on support. No need to panic anywhere while BTC is holding these levels. You know, we're going to lead into, there is an event tonight. The market tends to react. A lot of the time we just see a little bit of up, down. If there's no surprises here, I don't see anything too stressful with regards to the market if there's no surprises. I think a lot of the time, you know, we get these things priced in by the time it gets to it, unless there's a big shock or something along those lines. Luba says legends in the house.
Thanks, Luba.
Right, guys, hopefully the echo is sorted out. I see some comments there about the echo. Cool, guys. So yeah, there's a lot happening. Let's jump into some of these entries now. I'm going to tell you what I've done, and tell me if I'm absolutely crazy now that I have jumped into this CAS situation. So let me show you this CAS situation. Yesterday we were looking at CAS putting a lot of pressure onto this all-time high at 0.0515. So it was a massive area for me, and we actually got that pop we were looking for. So it blew up, pop through, which was lovely, nice little squeeze there, and now it's pulled back, and what I'm seeing here is a horizontal, and I'm seeing a 382. So for me, it's an area that I start getting interested in, especially when we have moves like that. So look, guys, for those of you that hang around with me, my CAS record is pretty poor, and we're actually going to make some shirts about this CAS situation. But yeah, this is where I am. I've jumped into CAS here, 382 and horizontal. I'm looking for this bounce now. If we do get more downside, guys, 618 and trend, always a nice zone to get another entry. And then we've got this horizontal area here. So we've got this big 382 and horizontal in this area. So these are the three main support zones for CAS. The bears out there, your short opportunity was on this little pop potentially. If we get another move higher, the bears can look for a double top there, perhaps look for entries up there. But right now, if you are loading up shorts on CAS right now, you are technically sitting on support, 382 and horizontal. And these are 12-hour candles, so it's relatively strong. So keep your eyes on that, guys. If we start losing levels, you can start looking for shorts on the retests if we lose these areas. Okay, and then a big one here.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm in CAS also on the 15-minute was a good entrance. So I don't know if it makes you feel better, but...
Okay, no, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. Good. We'll get rinsed together, or we're going to celebrate together. So either way, it's going to be good. I'm not feeling lonely. Simon has arrived. The indicator wizard is here. I'm going to add him to the stage.
We're going to be celebrating. We're going to be celebrating together with Casper, guys, for sure.
I've got to get you.
For sure.
And we see
for sure.
Welcome, indicator wizard. You've been cleaning up on the Discord. Well done. I see you've had some cracking setups there on the Discord. Guys, Banter Discord, you need to get on it. The VIPs, you can get on with any one of our Banter links. As long as you are on one of the links, you get on the Banter Hub, look under Sniper Setups. You're going to see all our charts. DJ and David, Bruce's charts are there. My charts are there. Simon's stuff's there. We've even got altcoin gems. Simon's doing some research there. He's dropping some altcoin gems in there. So it's really a lovely place to be. So check it out. Okay, Simon, talk to me about CAS. Have I made a mistake here?
What have you done? I've only just got on. You didn't long the all-time high, did you?
I didn't long the all-time high. I longed the pullback onto support.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good move. I need about 3 or 4 minutes to get on my charts back up because I had a problem getting in, and then I'll show you.
Cool. Okay, so I want to see what your 𝗓𝗓𝗏 stuff is telling us on this CAS situation. Okay. Let's jump into a couple of others. TRB, guys. This was just a classic move. I happened to be in front of my PC on the way down. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. We actually spoke about this TRB yesterday. It was the 1 hour. Yep. What did we say, Bruce? I think we were looking at this together. We were saying we're looking at this little squeeze. What did we get? We got the second move down. We got the pop. We got centered up to resistance, rejection, guys. And what did it bounce on? 382. Okay,
nice.
Great reaction zone, horizontal play, and TRB is now firing. It's cooking here. So it's as simple as this, guys. This is how we catch these moves. 9% move on TRB, just like that. So. And there's a lot of these. Let's take a look at some of the others that fell into our areas. Injective. Okay, this was the first zone. We had a second zone on Injective down here, the 618, and trend, which is still my preferred area for Injective, guys. But look at this reaction: 50-day MA, 382, and horizontal. It's like a free gift. When it comes down, it sits in there, and we get that reaction. So this was beautiful from Injective. Let's move on to Link. Guys, we've been talking about this 200-day MA and the 50-day MA now a lot. Okay, look at this 200-day holding here for Link. Great support. We got our pullback. You can see the alarms here on the Discord, guys. You would have got a couple of alarms on that Discord that I set for you today. I think we did miss the Link one. The Link was set at 6.71, so it pulled back to 6.74, unfortunately, so you didn't get pinged. But that would have been a nice potential entry there for a little Link scalp. Right now, supports to watch: 200-day MA, 50-day MA, and a little bit lower, 6.44. Those are the main Link zones. Matic as well. We got our little Matic pullback. Look at that. Again, it front ran the alarms, unfortunately. So I was looking for a little bit lower. Doesn't mean we're not going to get it, guys. Just because it's green now doesn't mean that we're not turning back and getting another look at it. If you look at this trend, you can see why this area still looks interesting. So if you've missed this one, there is potentially still an opportunity here on Matic. So keep your eyes on that. That's going to come with BTC potential weakness. Maybe tonight the market reacts, the market pulls down quickly for 1% or 2% on BTC, and that might lock in some of these alt entries. So again, keep your eyes on your big support zones, keep your eyes on your big resistance zones on these altcoins, because you might just get that sneaky opportunity, whether it's a long or a short, to grab that little move. Solana, guys, cooking, eh? You guys still in Solana?
I pulled out and took profit on it, and then waited. I'm waiting for the retrace again. I'm taking it step by step, level by level. Right now.
Yeah, so I mean, Solana for me, I wanted to hold on. I took a bullish view on it. I took a bullish stance on the market. So I'm scalping in between, doing odds and ends on a couple of things. But Solana, I wanted to build a nice size and let it go. So, you know, I'm still playing that. Sheldon's also long Solana still.
Actually, my spot bag, that's Solana is my largest spot bag that I've been holding from like January. And I've just been growing that every time it dips. So yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, I know you're a big Sol fan. I don't have to convince you about that.
I got a lot of Sol.
You do indeed, and he's a musician, guys. There's some secrets here. You know, we got a DJ in the house, David. We got Bruce. He's an actual musician. You must see the amount of guitars this man has and can play. Simon, what is your party trick other than indicator wizard?
I'm also a DJ. You're surrounded by them. You're surrounded by them. Yeah.
You know, whenever you guys are ready, can I have some back-end music here for the show?
By the way, Dylan, can you bring it down just a little bit? It's a little loud if you get a chance.
I love this music, though. Okay, I'm turning down the music.
Just a bit.
There we go. Okay, why I keep calling this wild. WLD, guys.
Yeah.
This might be loading up for a potential pop here. You can see this 50-day MA is coming into play again. So eyes on WLD for maybe a bigger move there. Look at that. Okay. And then this is a similar little squeezy situation that we like. So keep your eyes on that. You know, it stays bullish if we're following this trend. Could be something going on there. Render. So render, guys, you would have got your alarm. I set an alarm on this trend line. So on Discord, if this trend line got pinged, which it did, you would have got your alarm. Let us know if you got it. So that is just telling you we've got a render trend break. If we zoom out on render, you can see why it's looking interesting. There was no sort of high impact area entry for me on render. So we had to resort to the life of scalping. And I dropped in a trend there for you guys. So you should have got pinged. So eyes on render now. If it's going to hold its support, you should see it start making its way higher. So this is the 15 minutes. We're going full degen mode here. These are areas of interest on render. If there is a pullback, you need to keep your eyes on that. Remember, guys, volatility potentially coming later. So you do need to be cautious with what you're doing. You might find a situation if your stops are very tight where the market just wicks you out. And you blink and you are out and it's back to where it was. So be very selective with what you're trading. Be very careful with your entries and your areas that you are looking for. Now is not the time for wild stuff. The black trading squad, yes, we are all in black, Mike. Thanks for noticing. It's the uniform of traders. Okay, cool, guys. Lido, we nearly got our entry. This wasn't tight enough for me here. We were talking about this one yesterday. Doesn't mean we're not going to get it. Again, we still got a little bit of work to do down to trend, and we might get that wick later. So I know Dave was interested in this one too. I put an alarm here. 1.535, guys, is my target for Lido on a pullback, and that might give us a nice little move up to that resistance area at 1.6. So if you can see that chart, that's what we're looking for. It is in the Discord as well. What time is FOMC? It's 8 p.m. I think SAST, guys. Let's look on Forex Factory. $8 p.m. South African time. Guys, Atom. And wasn't this a short opportunity?
Yes,
Huh? And I was actually, yeah, I mean, it blew into our resistance zone. It actually pushed higher, and I was adamant I wasn't getting in the way of a bullish looking atom. And look at that, you know, guys, again, playing the areas. If you're just patient, you play the zones, you play the high impact zones. Why was this a big area? Horizontal 8-hour candles, 50-day MA with a horizontal. It was destined to reject there, wasn't it? It wasn't going to be an easy move through that. So what am I looking at now for Atom? And I'm hoping Simon is going to give us some of his inputs, because I know he's been watching this one on Lux Algo. So, you know, this is the first area that I liked, 7.25, but I've got a stronger feeling here just above 7, and that's where I've set the alarm for potential wick. Simon, what are your wizardry? What is that telling us?
I would love to share with you, mate, but I've got to restart StreamYard in just a second. I'm having some real technical problems today.
Okay.
We just carry on.
We'll carry on.
1 minute.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
We'll carry on. Okay. Okay, Fetch, guys. I've jumped into a little starter position on Fetch. This is why I'm interested. It's just a typical bullish move up a trend that I'm looking. It's a tiny little starter position. I'm playing around on BitGet. Okay, so I'm gearing up for this BitGet's trading competition coming up next month. We're going to have an epic team. Me and Sheldon are joining our squads. We together. So, you know, you're going to be trading with us. Join our team, guys. The link is in the description here in YouTube. So sign up with BitGet. I'm playing around with it now, making sure I know what's going on. Right now, I'm using a cross account. I've put some cash into it, and I'm just taking small positions. So here's my current BitGet situation. I got that TRB off that 382. I got injective off that move. They're not big sizes. This TRB is $2,500. The injective is about $5,000. So these are the sizes I'm playing around with. I'm just getting a feel for this BitGet situation. So guys, there's also offers available if you sign up with the link in the description and join mine and Sheldon's team. There are sign up bonuses and things like that with BitGet. So if you're not on BitGet, jump in now and join us for this competition. We've seen a lot of comments here about 𝗬𝗲. And yeah, guys, we obviously can't deny that 𝗬𝗲, when it wants to turn it on, it can turn it on. So what we're seeing here on 𝗬𝗲, this is 𝗬𝗲 8-hour. We are breaking through old support. Okay, this was a major area. Look at this. This was a high time frame 618, guys. And now we are pushing through this area. So I get very excited when we start breaking these areas, because I know they turn into nice support zones for us to get some longs in. So what am I looking at for 𝗬𝗲 now? I would expect a reaction, guys, at the 200-day MA here. I'd like to see something happen at 66, but I want to see the support form here. I think there is time. So if this market still turns bullish, I think we got a little bit of time on 𝗬𝗲. It can pop up 200-day, consolidate a little bit, and we can look for entries there and send it higher. So what I want to see 𝗬𝗲 now, if you've missed this move now, this thing's popped. So if you are longing now 𝗬𝗲, you longing the top of this candle, and your stop is now going to be below the candle, and that's starting to get a little bit risky and a little bit deep. So, you know, for what I would look for myself, I want to see a support buy now. I want to see this pullback nicely, get a little bit of support here at around about 62, 62.5, that sort of area. And then we can start looking for longs, and we're just going to ride it to the next leg up. So nothing too serious. We want to look for something along these lines into that zone there. So somewhere around 68, I would say, is a decent target, but we do have to contend with this 200-day MA. But you saw with Link, for example, once we get through, it acts as nice support as well. So yeah, guys, I love 𝗬𝗲, so I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on this one. 𝗬𝗲 bearish divergence on the 4-hour, yes. So remember, this could give us that opportunity for our support buy. Susie wants to know, is BitGet KYC? I believe it is.
Yeah.
Guys, you got to join me and Sheldon's team. This is it, guys. We got such a great squad here. You're going to be trading live with us. You know, we're going to be giving you setups. You're going to be using our Discord stuff. I mean, we want to win this competition, and come do it with us. And you know, the type of stuff you guys are giving us in the chats as well. I mean, you guys gave us TRB. You guys gave us Hi-Fi. You guys gave us Trader Joe. All these things. So just keep coming in the chats, guys. We want to do this together with you. Okay. We've got requests for maker and all that sort of stuff. Okay, guys, I'm going to hand over the reins here to Dave or Bruce. I want to see what they have. And then I see Simon is back as well. So we're going to bring up some of his stuff now. Cool, guys. Dave, let's see what you've got going there. I'm going to add your screen.
Let's do it. Cool. So somebody just mentioned Maker. I'm looking at that right now as we speak.
Oh, perfect.
I also mentioned this on Discord, that I would make a notification if I was going to take a short. And if you guys paid attention this past weekend, Maker held itself pretty well with that altcoin dump that happened, I think, Sunday. So now we're kind of coming back into this order block, pretty heavy order block, 36. Just like I explained on Spell, I'm kind of seeing another one of these moves where it goes past the order block. It's probably going to take out this high. You guys can see the high here on the 30th of July and the 1st of August. So probably take out the high, maybe go a little bit higher, dance around a little bit, and come back down. So with that being said, I have an alert set here. I'm not in the trade. One thing to be aware of is this announcement that's going to be happening later with the rates. So I'm being cautious with my trades. Whatever direction happens first. So if we go down first, if we see a deep red candle, probably going to take a long. If we see a big green candle first, I'm probably going to take a short. So this is one of those deals where if we see a green candle first, this is probably one of those tokens that's going to go up there with it. So this is why I have my alerts. And if I do take that short, based on the reaction, you guys will get notified in Discord.
So, okay, cool. So are your alarms working in Discord? Are people getting David's alarms? Let us know in the chat there, please.
Should be able to if you guys are followed. If you followed, the actual forum post there.
Okay.
That's how I got your alerts there.
Not getting alarms. So guys, there will be mods in the Discord that will be able to help you if you are getting stuck. It's going to be something to do with your settings or your notification settings. Sometimes it's a little bit complicated. So yeah, they will show you what to do there. Okay, and we see like Michelle got the alarm, Bobby got the alarm. That's good to know. Okay, Joy, yeah, same story. We're gonna figure that one out for you guys. But they will help you in the Discord. If you are on there, you just need to tag one of the guys, and they'll show you what to do.
For this particular token, I'll also post this on Twitter. If you guys are following me there, I've been more focusing on developing the Discord posts.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm dropping our Twitter in the chat quickly. It's at @DGenDavid.
DGen David D with a D.
DGen David D. And Bruce is 𝗵𝗁𝗍𝗄𝗑𝗍.
Hold on 1 second.
𝗕𝗂𝗍𝗄𝗍.
Yeah, hold on. It's 𝗵𝗁𝗍𝗄𝗍 something.
𝗵𝗁𝗍𝗄𝗍 something.
Yeah,
well, you're going to see a rocker there on the picture. There's a man playing.
No one's going to find it.
But it's not 𝗕𝗁𝗍𝗄𝗍 as it used to be read out.
Yeah, that sounded like my porn star name. 𝗵𝗁𝗍𝗄𝗍99.
That is what I read the first time.
There you go. Rodolfo to the rescue
Rodolfo.
again. Rodolfo, we can't thank you enough. Thanks for the
Rodolfo's
support.
a legend.
Rodolfo.
Rodolfo's a legend.
Thank you.
I love you, man.
Okay. And then Simon, it's an easy one. It's Simon Twitz.
Simon Twitz.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Okay, so the magic's all there, guys. Okay, what are we looking at here? We're looking at BTC
So
potential
yeah,
areas.
I might as well just kind of give you guys a 30-second overview on what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. We have a level here at 26.5 and a level at 27.7. I think with these announcements, if we see the red candle first, we will visit this level. I'd like to see this low taken and then a big reverse up here if that opportunity presents itself. If we start to loot 27.5.
27.5.
It's a daily level there. So if you guys want to set an alert, I have an alert set here at 26.350. If we go below that and we lose that, not looking good. Okay.
Dave, do you know what time the announcement is? How many hours from now?
8 p.m.
4
South
hours?
African time. So I think that's 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
3.5
California
hours?
time, 11
So 6
a.m.
6 hours from now. Oh, 4
No,
hours.
it's about 3 or 4 from now.
So Dave, just give us your levels here at the bottom there. The red arrow. What is that level there? The red
26,523.
26.5. Okay, cool. Got you. Okay, got that. I'm marking that one on my chart as well. Yeah. Okay, I see. That makes sense for me as well. That's lovely. Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's gonna. And if we are, again, Bitcoin is in a momentum upside right now, so this play would make sense to take out all the early longs and to wipe out everybody in their positions, and then to see an aggressive move to the upside. Sounds
okay, guys. So eyes on 26.5. We might get that wick down there. We might get a nice opportunity there. Firestorm wants to kill the music, guys. It's so difficult because we love this music.
So I guess it's gone.
Loud, we can turn it down.
There's very few people that want it killed.
We're doing our thing. Okay, so what's happening with Spell over here?
So you guys probably, if you recall, this red drawing here, I did not move it, but it seemed like we almost hit the 618 area. We went through the order, the resistance box, and I was really paying attention on the 3-minute time frame. And then that's when I made the post on Discord. So if you guys got that and you got in, hey, awesome. We're writing this thing down together. But yeah, I think with that aggressive move down, I would like to see Spell have that big red candle down here. If that happens, that's probably where I might close the position, most likely, with that Bitcoin scenario I just talked about. So probably an aggressive, crazy 10% move and then get out would be the plan. And then, hey, might look for a long entry there. So we made the long call. We're so far playing out the short call. Shoot, I'd like to do 3 in a row if we can.
Becoming your thing, the Spell man. I like it.
I like it. Yeah.
Casting spells.
Wizard.
Yes. Let's see how it goes, guys. But be careful because these are big swings, and if you're new to trading, I'd recommend 5x leverage. That way, you're not staring at negative P&L and freaking out. If it starts to come above this high, you might want to start considering cutting your position. But just be safe out there. And then just to finish off here, that fetch long looks amazing, but I did not enter yet because again, that Bitcoin situation. So this is one token I will be looking at if that Bitcoin red candle happens. It might even wick down here. I'm potentially seeing like a red wick down here to this order block, and that would be a nice entry. And then you'll basically see an SFP swing failure pattern where we immediately get bought back up and back into this trend line, and then we go.
Yeah.
Right?
So
So
guys,
you
just note volatility, guys. It's not always going to be like this, but that's why David is being extra cautious here, because we can get these massive swings in 1 5-minute candle. You can get taken out both ways. So just play it cool. Don't go massive size. Keep your eyes on when this is going down, for at least even during that press conference afterwards. There's volatility, because every time the guy says something people might not like, the candles just swing. So you've got to be super careful and be very precise with where you're picking up your entries, because if it starts pumping and you start buying the top of a candle and suddenly there's some hawkish comments or things like that, you're going to get rinsed.
But that Bitcoin scenario I talked about, if it does play out and it hits 26.6 all the way to 27.7, it should definitely at least come up these levels here, is what I'm seeing. So, but other than that, I'll pass it back to you, sir.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks, Dave. Bruce, what's going on there?
Yeah. It's funny because what Dave was just saying, I've been watching and being watching the shows with Rand and Sheldon and you guys, for ages during the announcements, and invariably everybody, jumps up, it jumps down, and it seems to, and I could be wrong about this, it seems that within a couple hours, price is just right back where it started, unless there's something big that happened.
Exactly.
So for me, it's just easy. Just sit back, have a drink, watch the show go by, and when everything settles down, get back to trading. So I'm looking at Tomo. For those that were with us yesterday, we did catch this move down. I got out early just because it just seemed. Oh, My screen
I've
up?
lost your screen. Let's
Oh.
put it back.
Yeah, it was still on my screen, so I stopped the
Okay,
share.
there we
now.
go. There we go.
So we did catch this move down yesterday. I closed it down. It was getting to be at night. I just didn't have a feeling that it was going to come down further because of how volatile it's been. So I got a little bit of profit there and happy. It came back up and it's retesting resistance here. Interesting, the thing that I just noticed is how similar it looks to Bitcoin. Isn't that crazy? Like both wedging, both tightening in terms of the range. And I got to tell you, when Tomo's acting like Bitcoin, it makes me nervous. So, you know what I mean? It's like, give me a break. So it's supposed to be doing its own thing, right? But anyway, so here's the thing: is this? I would normally call this a short setup. It'd be ideal, right? Banging up against resistance every time it. Let me zoom in just a little closer. You can see it. Every time it bangs up against an area, it rejects, right? Reject, and then it's making a series of lower highs, right? It did the same thing yesterday. But I personally, at this point, just because of the volatility that's there, I want some confirmation. So right now, I would want confirmation that this is short when it does something like break that trend line, come back and retest it, right? If it was continuing that pattern, and then take a short from there, that would make me a lot more comfortable, just for the moment.
Looks
but
like
I
a
want
safer
to.
play there.
Yeah. I mean, why risk it? I mean, it's just not worth getting stopped out and frustrated over and over again. That's no fun. But I'm also wondering that the range I really want to be trading Tomo in is actually this range. This is the range where there was a lot more activity. It was up in here. So the reason I'm being hesitant is I'm keeping my eye open for this trend continuing, breaking up, retesting it, and then we get to trade that thing, which to me would be ideal because we're talking about a 5, 6, 7% range there, and we'll get just historically we seem to have gotten cleaner moves in that range, less of this middle chop. So I'm holding off on Tomo right now. I'll post this with alerts in Discord. Also looking at GMX. I know we talked about it earlier, but it pumped, it retested. It looked like it rejected the 382, but it actually seems to be coming back to retest it on the 1 hour.
Was this a potential short we were looking for yesterday, GMX? Did it hit our big short zone yet?
Yep. It yesterday morning, right there, it hit it, rejected. It did what it was supposed to do, but then it came back and broke through the resistance and is now retesting support again. So I'm waiting to see. Right now, I wouldn't take the trade because I would have to have actually, it's not that bad. A 2% some odd stop over there. But I suspect this is going to come down. If it's going to set up properly, it's going to come down a little further, closer to the 382 right over there. It hasn't pinged it yet. So it'd be really nice if it came back and actually pinged the 382 down in there. Yeah, that to me would be an ideal entry for GMX. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's not ripe yet, but getting there. Same with TRB. You mentioned TRB. I'm waiting for this thing to come right on down and tag the intersection of this. I get the support in this area. Trend line support right over there to me would be an ideal long. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Again, not quite ripe for me. Come to Papa. Come all the way down to there if you can.
Want to make your shirt with Come to Papa on.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like fishing, right? You don't bait your hook, jump in the water and go chasing after the fishies. You bait your hook, you stick it in the water, you think the fishes are. And then
I saw TRB land on that 382, and I went for it, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously it doesn't work every time, but it was a scalp play for me.
If you got that right there, that's delicious. I mean, that's
Guys,
awesome.
that's why you got to trust the science. That's why I bring
Yep.
you the science, like all the time. We bring you these high time frame fib areas with horizontals and things, and when you see them tying up, balance of probabilities, you're going to get a reaction. Again,
Yeah.
we can't say how high that reaction is going to be, but you might get a 2 or 3% move in like a 15-minute candle, and if that's your thing, you can grab it if you get your timing right.
Yeah, and also keep an eye on the fact that this stochastic is it's bottom dwelling. I mean, that's just off the bottom of the chart right there. So that's a good sign also. The last one is unfi. We got called unfi yesterday, and that worked out really well. Let's go to the 15 so you can see it better. Come back. There we go. So we caught this. Go on. We caught that break. I mean, that's classic, right? Come down, retest, break. We caught that move. And then actually I think we caught it here. Take it back. We caught that one from when we circled, right? And then hovered around consolidating and then pumped from there. Took that, got out, and now it's come back down, and it seems to be in the process of retesting this support area, which on the higher time frame will just look like consolidation. Right, but I would love to see it make one more little loop down and try and catch another long from there, just to show you what I mean by that. See, this looks like big moves right over here, but this is the 15-minute. If you go to the 1 hour, right, and then you go to the 4 hour, which is where Dylan is looking at it, all it's doing right now at this perspective is just consolidating. And the only reason I'm zooming in is to just get more of a sniper kind of entry. But it's a solid consolidation area, and hopefully it will pump from there. And I'll post this one too.
Lovely. Okay, so guys, you'll grab that one in the Discord as well. It is there, ready for you. Cool, thanks, Bruce. Okay, Simon, we've missed you. We needed these indicator, like we needed 𝗓𝗏𝗟𝗏 the other day. Tell us what's going on here. What's hot right now? What are we looking at? And obviously, am I making a mistake with this CAS thing? I don't think I can face another CAS hiding.
I think ultimately, long term, you're going to be absolutely fine with CAS. What I've been doing is I've just been looking at the chat whilst the others have been on, and I can see people are asking about 𝗕𝗏, 𝗓𝗏. So I've actually brought a few of them up. I've got 6 that I can show you. Do you want me to start running through? Do you want me to start with CAS? Sort of give you.
Yeah, let's start. Yeah, let's start with CAS.
If you share me, I'm not shared yet, mate.
Yes.
I've had to load StreamYard in the same window due to technical issues, so let me know if you can't see it.
Okay, so for those of you that are new here, Simon does our indicator stuff. He also does regular TA, but we just love that he's got a knack for these indicators. And when we get his indicators to tie in with our setups, we have even more conviction for these type of moves. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what you have here.
All right, Cass is showing, yeah?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, cool. So listen, at the minute, we just made an all-time high again, right? I mean, you know that I've been in this since the beginning. So the spot bag's looking amazing. In terms of where we are, I'm looking at the hour. And to be fair with you, Dill, what was your entry? Where did you get in?
Like right here. Wait, let me open my chart.
I can't look at it, can I?
I bought the move on 0.0504.
Okay, so you're somewhere there. Okay.
What time frame are you looking at?
I'm just on the 1 hour at the minute. Was it roughly sort of 6 to 10 hours ago or somewhere like that? Or was it in the last 3 hours?
Yeah, 0.0503.
All right, cool. So you're kind of pretty close to where you are.
Yeah.
So listen, the thing with CAS, right, because we're making all-time highs, you've got to take into account things like Twitter, sentiment, what the market's doing. You've just got to go onto X or whatever it's called these days, Twitter, just to kind of search for CAS. And you can see that the same guys that have been, it was shilling when it was a micro cap are still talking about it now. And, they're making all-time highs at the minute up here. And you've got a small pullback, but I mean, just look at this. Your RSI has already come down to sort of the 30 mark. We might come down a bit further, which would bring you somewhere in line with 0.496 or somewhere like that on this support here. We've hit that here, we've hit that here, we've hit it here. I guess there might be there's been a wick. We might come down here, but in all honesty, mate, if the sentiment continues and this starts to go again, you're talking another push up to a further all-time high. There's no reason why CAS won't perhaps do this. There's no reason why it won't just continue.
Yeah,
because
that's
been
kind of
doing
what I wanted to see, and we have noticed that CAS doesn't always do what the general market does. So that's also maybe why I was looking at this current situation. I do have that 618 and trend lower down, just under 0.049. It's below that area, so that is my next sort of backup region. If it goes much lower than that, I'm going to start feeling a lot of pressure, and the next level for me is 0.044. And that looks like it ties in with your green band over there.
So that would also tie in somewhere. So what are you trading? Are you trading on a spot or are you leverage right now?
Maybe it's leverage.
Okay. So if I could give any advice for Casper, it's just get yourself a spot bag as well and just sit on it. And don't worry too much.
I don't know how to trade spot.
I realize that, man, but it's pretty easy. You just click buy and then you go to the beach.
Yeah, I suppose.
So listen, my immediate opinion is sentiment is high for Casper. Twitter is buzzing. We've got an RSI that's kind of resetting. I think probably you'll be good to go. You'll probably see something like that. That's not to say that it won't, do the opposite, of course. But my sentiment is I'm not touching this. You're currently, let's just have a look. Currently, where are we? I mean, that's only a very, very tiny short-term trend, but I guess we'll bounce off here, mate. I would have thought we'd get a bounce off here and carry on. That would be my opinion. So,
well, let's see how it plays out, guys. So yeah, just in closing, I mean, we've seen some of the guys out there on X talking about shorting CAS and that sort of stuff. So, there's mixed opinions out there. One of us is going to be right. One of us is going to be wrong. So we'll see what happens. So short-term hourly time frame, Lux Algo's printed a short. I'm looking at a 12-hour chart. That's why I've started getting into a long. So yeah, let's see how it plays out. Cool.
Absolutely. Right. Do you want to know? I mean, I just grabbed this. There was a guy in chat that wrote the word 𝗲𝗍 over 100 times. So I figured he was quite, desperate. I brought it up again on the hourly. This is actually a really interesting one. So straight away down to the oscillator, we have got some bearish printing, which is nice. I always favor those because they don't always play out, but they quite often do. So that would indicate to me that price action at this point is perhaps going to take a dive. And then to actually complement that from this previous long that we had called some time ago, we've got to take profit. And as well as to take profit, we're now up inside the red reversal zone. So, confluentially, that straight away that would indicate that there's a short on 𝗲𝗍 coming. So, it wasn't on my radar. This is why I like this show so much. Somebody was chatting about it and we brought it up, and this to me looks like it's probably ready to take a short on. This has made a turn. Look at that.
So what I like for 𝗲𝗍 was that pullback to 62, even a little bit lower, maybe 61, that sort of region. That's what I'm looking at there.
Well, we'll have to see though. I mean, I don't know where it's going to go to, but you're probably right. The regular charting might be more appropriate for this. But yeah, at this point in time,
but this is exactly why we don't buy those pops, guys. That when it blows through that resistance, that's the dangerous one to buy, because more often than not, it wants to settle down first and just find a little bit of support.
Definitely. All right, another good one for me, Cosmos Atom. So I'm watching this first because it's not showing me a clear direction, but what is pretty clear is that we're getting close to some sort of reset down here. We're currently sitting on just 5, and it's exactly the same for Rune, which I'm going to show you in a second. They're both really, really low. There still seems to be some downside playing out. I'm thinking that this one, Atom, will probably actually hang around here for a little while, not days, but I'm thinking that it might kind of consolidate down here a little bit, and we might just see price action come down and touch this ribbon here, and then before we get our bounce. So I think there's probably, don't ape into Atom right now. I don't think it's ready, but this is one potentially for later on tonight. And
I like 7.1.
Let's have a look. 7.1. Where are we?
That's the 382, right?
What? Yeah,
382
and that would
trend horizontal.
Hey, look at this. 7.
That's good. I'm gonna set an alert right now.
Look at this, guys. Look, 7.1, right on the edge of the ribbon. Look at that.
Bang. Bang.
Smash.
Okay.
That is confluence
so guys,
there.
There is an alarm. There is an alarm on the Discord as well. So you should get it if we do hit that 7.1 level. You're going to get pinged. Just to be sure, maybe just put the alarm on your own charts as well, and just keep your eyes on it. Watch what the market's doing at the time. But yeah, sounds like a good zone for Atom.
Yep, I've added that for later as well. Thanks very much. It's good to see that you and Dave are both looking at that. Okay, Rune. Same again, guys. You know, our RSI is getting pretty low. We're sort of nearly under 11. It's only been down this low back in, where were we, a week or two ago. So I guess it'll be the same thing again. We've had a short in play, and whilst the short's been playing out, we've had a take profit, which was here. And as well as that, what has been a previous green trend, it's now gone red. So straight away, there are signs there that the trend is going to change from green to red. Doesn't always stay for long though. Look, you know, you get these times where it's indecisive, and then you get a sell, a buy, a sell. But quite often, when the trend changes color, like here, you can often go on a really nice run. So this is just one way of using Lux Algo.
I'm loving Rune at 1.78, 1.79. Like loving it.
I'm going to check that out afterwards. Lovely. So that would tie in. Where are we? 1.7. There, that'll be deep into this zone now. So that'll be somewhere around here. Yep. If it hits there, Dill, that seems like a good one to me, and that will bring the RSI right the way down as well. That's probably, yeah, that's a good trade.
Okay, so potential bounce there. Again, we don't know how high it's going to bounce, but potential reaction coming at 1.78, 1.79, that sort of region, somewhere around there. It's printing quite a big red candle here as we're talking.
Yeah.
It's looking quite bad.
Yeah. Lovely. We like red. Well, we like red when we're catching in on it.
Good. It is good. When you have cash and you're waiting for it, it's the best feeling. It's the most exciting feeling.
Absolutely.
Simon, you're doing the training on the Lux Algo?
I was just going to say, yeah. So, guys, it's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, tomorrow morning. Yep. Tomorrow morning, we've got an hour of Lux Algo. It's going to be 8 a.m. GMT. There's myself and 2 other guys that are going to be on the show. Obviously, it's part of our 24-hour marathon. It's going to be absolutely awesome, you know. But that's going to be tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. GMT. So if you guys are around and you're free and you got time, come jump in. We're going to talk through settings, how the alarms and the alerts work, you know, and how we can link it to the trading view system here. It's going to be a really, really big session. So I'm not going to spoil it. We'll wait till tomorrow. But if you guys are around, please come and join.
It's exciting.
24 hours.
Yeah, man. I'm not doing all 24.
Yeah, I'll jump in with somebody there. I still don't know who, but I'll get involved for sure. I see there's comment on the gold chart currently. I think we also need to address the oil situation as well. So Simon, when you're done, I'm going to pull up some gold and oil for the folks out there.
I've got one last thing if you want to hear it. It's just relating back to Discord. So Dylan, you mentioned earlier that we've got an area on Discord now which is just for indicator trading. This is Nakamoto Games. I'm kind of focusing on 1 to 2 tokens a week, and I've circled here the calls that we've made on Discord at the various different points. We're now roughly 58% free, higher amount of tokens than we were a week ago because we've taken these trades. So if you guys fancy a bit of not degen stuff, it's no leverage, there's no spot, there's no leverage trading, there's no futures contracts. All we're doing is we're making a sale and we're buying back the same tokens, but more of them each time.
Simple game, and you nailing it there in the Discord, guys. This is why you got to get on our team for this BitGet trading competition. You've got to get on our team. Join Sheldon and my team. It's in the description, in the link. BitGet's also in the link there. Join it, and we want to win this thing, guys, or we want to have a strong finish. Look, obviously we want to win it, but we want to perform well. And you've got so many options to use. You've got the spot trades, the indicators. You got David's moves, Bruce's moves. You got my setups. You got Sheldon's setups. Yeah, guys, there's a lot happening, and it's super exciting. So just make sure you are involved.
Guess what my next trade's going to be, Dill? Look, just drawing it out for the guys. The next one, when we're really close. We're really close. So you can see what's coming next. So later on today on Discord, I will make this call. I'm probably going to do this live while we're on air now. And there we go. All right, back to you, man.
Okay, lovely.
Right.
Guys, yeah, there's questions on Unibot and Rollbit. I think we need to address Unibot and Rollbit. We don't talk about it enough, and it is something to talk about. So, okay, we'll do. 𝗓𝗓𝗄𝗓 is another one, guys. You know, just keep it on your watch list. I'm hearing good things about 𝗓𝗓𝗓 again. It's 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗓. You know, the research guys talk about these things, and you can see it's starting to move a little bit. Something to watch. There's no entry right now. I want to look at Unibot and Rollbit. So Unibot is
𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 is a spot.
𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 is spot, I think. Yeah.
𝗓𝗓𝗓 is spot. I'm just going to say, I've been in 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗓 for about 2 years now. It's amazing. It's a really good system. They moved from Terra to Atom. It's really easy to use. You can stake on there easy, but the token's starting to move now as well.
Okay, and Rune is apparently nearly at our alert as well. Okay, so this is Unibot on BitGet. Unibot is a Telegram bot. They're making money. They charge fees or something, and it's actually making money. It's a crypto project that actually does something and makes money. So people want to trade it. Let's try and look for some areas. Well, right now, I mean, we don't have much information here. This is the BitGet chart. What I've got here is horizontal stuff there. We lose this, guys, though. We're chasing new lows on this BitGet chart. I need to look at need some more history here. Okay, here we go. So all-time high was 227 when it was the peak of the hype, and now we have strong support buys coming in here. So guys, this is a support area. I don't think you can do much leverage on Unibot and things like that, and probably a good idea not to. But you can see the support area over here. There is a strong sort of zone. If we lose this area on Unibot, we're looking a little bit lower. You're looking at these type of levels there. So, you know, right now, support buys down to 53 look all right. If we start losing that, then you can sit back patiently. You can wait for 40s, low 40s. That sort of region should be decent on Unibot. Let's do Rollbit. When we see this on our screens on Banter Bubbles all the time, Rollbit. Gambling token, also making fees. They are making money. You can do all sorts of weird shit on there. 1000x, all sorts of weird stuff. It's a gambling situation. I haven't really used it. I just know about it. What did we get here? We got resistance. We got support, lost trend, retest, 50-day MA coming into play here. Look at that. And rejection. So right now, what can we do with Rollbit? Let's get rid of this trend. Okay, looking similar to Unibot, actually, the way it's teeing itself up. And I know these two were kind of running together as well. The sentiment was very similar at the same time with these two. So potential double bottom in play here, potential. Okay, so that's something to watch. So look out for something like that. You can maybe then get to trend and trade that one. If we start losing that, guys, then you know what to do. We let it drop, let it come back, let it test old support as resistance. Then you can get your entries. So if you start seeing losing, don't dive into it. It's like diving into that Aave candle that broke. You know, you might get a little bit rinsed there. So if it starts dropping, let it push back up. Areas to focus on. This looks nice there. 0.093. 0.093 looks like the next stop if we lose this level. If we lose this 0.11, 0.093, guys. And then it does a little bit deeper down here. We can look at this level over there. I've got a guest.
Yeah, right.
There's a guest.
Hey,
It's all happening. It's all happening.
hola.
The
What's
man
up?
with a plan.
Did you
How's
on
this
this?
watch list? Never mind. How's this watch list that you got there?
There's a lot going on here. There's a lot happening
Why
here.
the world flying through the roof?
Yeah.
Look at this thing here. It's not very green today, unfortunately. We've had a bit of red today we're trying to deal with, but we're getting some good entries. We're looking for some solid stuff. You know, we're warming up for the competition. I fired up my 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 as well.
Office
some
is actually
trades
looking,
running.
This office is actually looking proper, hey? I mean, geez, look at this place.
Guys, the Bitcoin is green because the market's green. Okay.
Maybe orange.
On
Oh.
bad days we're making it red.
Really
I like it.
cool.
So I got some special lights there for us, and we're gonna change it depending on the mood. Got the remote
idea.
right here.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's
So
cool.
what were we discussing there before my guest arrived? We were looking at Rollbit.
Little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
There it is. Okay, cool. So yeah, just in closing on Rollbit, you can see these levels we're looking at here. There's this deeper one. I don't know if we're going to see that 0.065. Rollbit's actually making money. There is a business there, so I think people will be buying it because you're actually getting paid. You know, if you're holding Rollbit, maybe Simon knows a little bit more about it. Okay, let's deal with. Yeah, tell us.
No, go on. No. I, to be honest with you, I've not paid much attention to these coins. I did buy a Rollbit, but I actually sold it again because there was a lot of FUD. So I'm actually out of it. I've been out of it for a little while.
Okay, a man who knows his coins. Okay, cool. Let's look at oil and gold, and then I see there are requests there for theta. We need to look at. We need to cover a few things there. DOT, yeah, DOT. Is that still a thing? Hey, we need to deal with DOT. Okay.
Some people love it. I don't get it, but yeah.
I'm not
hate
hearing. Look, I don't pay that much attention to the fundamental stuff, but I hear the research guys talk about these things, and DOT's not on the list.
Nah.
I don't think there's much going on there with DOT. So
horrible.
yeah, guys, maybe attention elsewhere. It doesn't come up often, really. Okay, so oil, it's rejected off our resistance area, which was our first move that we wanted. Okay, so this today might give us the pump we want into our next push into this area. I wanted to see this RSI now print a lower high. So I want to see this RSI just print a little bit lower there like that. And I'd love to see this price just stick its head up there. And then for me, guys, that's going to be a signal for a short. And then we can look at trend, and we can look at this 82 region lower down. This is US oil. So if you guys are watching Brent, the charts are similar, but the price is different. So this is the US oil chart, guys. So WTI, not Brent. Okay, and then we've got some comments about gold. Look at this. We're pushing into the 618 for the second time. I do see a higher low here. Let's see if we got a trend. Oh, we got some trend action from down here, actually. Look at that. Okay, something interesting happening here with gold. Some people see this little W pattern. Let's clean this up. Okay, horizontal resistance. Okay, so it needs to break through this, guys. If gold breaks through that and gets support, you know the drill. We're going to push up to this 1980, or we'd like to see it do that. So this is a hell of a candle. Obviously, trying to front run any news tonight. So, you know, maybe this is because they're expecting some hawkish comments, maybe some gold pumping. So let's see. Let's see what happens with gold. I wouldn't get too excited until tomorrow. Let's see what happens after the speech and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's looking quite bullish here, but we want it to break up, get support, and then it can go. Otherwise, we're just looking back here at trend as a rejection zone. So let's see how things play out later. Okay, I'm trying to silver. If I had one silver.
Yeah, silver, yeah.
I'm trying to get my arms around theta, and I got it marked up if you want to talk about it.
Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, so guys, Bruce will take you through theta. I've had a problem on the Discord with theta. I look at it pretty regularly, but for some reason it's not accepting my chart whenever I put it in there. So I need to create a new segment. So that's why you're not seeing much theta there. Okay, so silver and gold responding the same way. I would assume there's a Dixie reaction as well. Right now, again, for me, the play is to rather wait and see what happens during these minutes. Unless you're literally scalping 5-minute or 15-minute candles, you want to see what the press conference gives us later, as well as if there's any changes in the rates. I would wait. 200-day MA coming into play. You guys remember this 200-week MA. It works on oil, it works on silver. You'll probably find it works on gold. I mean, look at this stuff. You can just trade these moving averages. Yeah, just play it safe, be patient, watch this trend. Let's see what you get there, and let's see what you get down here. Those are your reaction zones. Right now, middle of the road for me.
Dill, just really quickly, you just talking about Theta giving you a problem. I'm actually having a problem loading it into TradingView right now. It won't load correctly.
Really?
If you bring up Theta, the Binance chart, it's giving a problem with the URL. It's not loading correctly. The only way that I can see to get around that immediately for pulling a chart in is to use something else, like I know the Bybit chart or Bitfinex or something like that. It might just be worth giving it a try.
Yeah,
I've got Theta Perpetual and Binance, and it's fine.
Bruce, I'm going to pull up your chart. Are you gonna show us Theta?
Yeah, it's actually a little interesting, and we should talk about it. So this is the 8-hour chart, because I needed to get some perspective on it, because I usually don't trade it, but it's been in a clear downtrend for quite a while. Way back, goes way back even further than that. Been in downtrend, and it seems to have be consolidating around this low of 0.55, 0.57-ish or so. It tagged it, rejected the things I'm looking for. It tagged it, quickly rejected it. It tagged it, it rejected it. But it came down here, and now it's hovering in this area. Within there, we've got again, another downtrend. And then in the shorter time frame, it's consolidating. Let me get a better handle on this. Hang on one sec. There we
go. Guys, WLD is ripping off that 50-day MA we showed earlier.
Yeah. And so is unfi, by the way. Took off without us. Beautiful. So, yeah, everything's kind of moving. Anyway, so what I've got is a wedge forming over here from back early September, so a month ago. And an uptrend over here, and it seems to just be kind of consolidating this region. We have a cute little Bart Simpson right over there. Dylan, what would you make of this? I'm bearish in general.
I was looking at it earlier. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I mean, we got to tie it in with BTC, guys. It can rip,
Yeah, I mean, you could get a really decent long right there, right back up to the top of the trend.
I'd like to see Indicator Wizard Man's comment here on the
4-hour
on Lux Algo.
Can
you show me 4-hour Lux Algo?
4 hour.
Yeah, carry on. I'll set it up as well. And I can show you what I'm looking at right now, Bruce. I'm on the daily. Okay. Do you want to finish what you were saying, or?
No. I mean, I'm trying to get my arms around it, and I would love your input.
All right. Do you want to share me?
Share Simon.
Okay.
Feel free. Okay, one second.
Guys, sometimes we need to work together sometimes with all the at our disposal here to confirm if we want to be long or short something.
So just to kind of give people an indication of what you were saying, Dill, I mean, I'm just literally drawing these now. They're not accurate yet. But before I start anything with Lux Algo, I always draw my trend lines. I'll pull in the fib and I'll make sure that, like Bruce does all the time, that I know what I'm looking at before I start going to town on this. Yeah. Right, you said the 4-hour, right? In a second.
Yeah, that's the picture I'm seeing too. It's like just generally downtrend.
We are in a downtrend, but at some point it's got to break, right?
Well, theoretically.
Let's have a look. Right, let's get rid of, just for the second, as much stuff as possible. Let's lose the lines. Okay. Come on, there we go. Right, let's get it in a bit closer.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? When you reset a chart, it does take a lot of effort to really go to town with these. Right, let's take a look. So, well, I'm going to bring up the 200 as well. So that's above. So at the minute, 𝗏𝗏𝗟𝗃 has just given us, literally on this candle, a short signal. Now, that doesn't surprise me, Bruce, seeing as we're in a downwards ranging market for this coin. Let's just make it a bit bigger again. There we go. So we just printed a short. If I'm really honest with you guys, this is the black space here. This sort of area is the normal. This is the normal price action, right? Anything above this is in the red zone. Anything below is in the green zone, and price action is right in the middle. So we've got equal space here, and we've got equal space there. Look at that for a drawing. So my opinion at this point in time is I would then move down to the oscillator. The oscillator's sitting. I mean, this is the 50 point, right? So this is the middle. We're only just below that. So we're still pretty close on the oscillator. That's not really giving any clear indication. The cash flow, which is behind, is giving me an indication that we've been green. You know, that's what this thick line is here. We've been green. We're now coming back down to neutral. Probably going to give us some red, you know, like this. Just like what we got here. But then this is cyclical. You know, it goes red, green, red, green, red, green. So if I'm entirely honest with you, 𝗏𝗏𝗟𝗃 is not giving me a clear enough picture. And I would then go back to how you first saw my screen at the start on the daily, and I go and draw my 2 trend lines again, and I'd be like, oh, it's in a downward channel.
When the oscillator is hovering in the middle like that, does that kind of indicate consolidation when it goes red, green, red, green like that?
That's what it's looking like. I'll tell you what, Bruce. We don't know. We don't know. That's the honest answer. If the trend is going red, green, red, green, red, and it's kind of coming down a little bit, but not really, and you're getting these really thin, you know, I mean, look at this, the squeeze, right? I don't know if you guys can see this because it's quite small, but this says squeeze and it's 100%. This is indicating that if you just really quickly zoom out, just to give everyone, and there'll be a lot more in this tomorrow morning, guys. If you look at the bands, let's just shove it really much on a higher time frame, like the monthly. That would be too big. Sorry, let's do the weekly, and I'll show you what squeeze is real quick. Squeeze looks, no, it's not going to draw it. It's too far zoomed out. All it basically means, this is better. So you see this here? There's a lot of space, right? You can see between the 2 bands, the red band and the green band. You've got a lot of space, which means you get a lot of movement. What's happening here is these bands are, look how tight they've squeezed in.
Got it.
I mean, it's crazy. So, and you're ranging between this and this. I mean, you can't do much with this at the minute.
There's no entry. We move on to the next one. Like Rune was an entry. Rune was a decent looking entry. That's why, guys, if you're unsure, you know, you might have your favorite token and things like that, but there's so many that you can look through, and the more tools you have to analyze these things, the better. And then obviously you can sit here with us and you can see what we're talking about. There's no trade right now that we can see on Theta. Guys, we need to actually wrap this up shortly. I see a question on BCH, so I'm going to just pull up a BCH chart for you guys quickly. And then we're going to just do a little recap. We're going to tell you what we're thinking about for later.
Dylan, before you do that, I'm going to have to leave in like 1 minute, but I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Bruce, thank you. And have a cracking day. Guys, and you know, Bruce's stuff's on the Banter Discord, so just check in there, you'll see it. We do have some nice changes coming to Discord. It's going to be very nice and well organized, so it can be a little bit confusing currently, but it won't be for much longer. Okay, Bruce, see you later. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
See you, Bruce.
Love you.
Bye, mate.
Bye, Bruce.
Bye, mate.
Okay, so BCH, we have a bearish sort of situation here. Somebody was asking about is it bullish or whatever the story is. So, you know, what I can see here is we've lost the trend. We've banged into this resistance again. You can see this is a big area, guys. Double top. We've now lost trend. Support is 50-day MA 207. That sort of level. You can see this whole region here, horizontals, 50-day MA makes sense for a sort of a bounce type area. But now we've lost trend. So, we got to see what happens now when it bounces back up. I would expect more downside unless BTC obviously starts ripping and the game changes completely. But what you can do is now when you see a downtrend, you can start adding this your trend lines, and you can just track it lower. And you play the trend game, guys. When the trend breaks, you can turn bullish again. Until then, you track it down, you play this game, and at some point this thing pops and goes, and then you look at your next resistance as your rejection area, and you can play that game till you're blue in the face, basically. It's a game we like to play. We do this all day long. It's one of the things we do. Okay, cool, guys. So just to recap, a lot of these charts are in the Discord. Dave, Simon, thanks again for being here. Their stuff's also there. What are we expecting tonight? Can we have a final comment for tonight and how you are preparing? Simon, what's your plan?
My plan for tonight? You mean when the meeting starts?
What are we doing? Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'll probably close all my trades. I'm not a fan of trading these because the guy, he spooks the market when he sneezes. It's just not worth it. Every time I trade FOMC, Gensler, any of them, Powell, I lose money without fail every single time. Even if I'm hedging, it just seems to take me out both ways. So I'm just one of these guys. If Forex Factory is showing a big event, I'm out.
Nice. Dave?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I'm in the spell short, but I will execute my trades after the first big move, because if history repeats itself, it's a fake out first, and then it either settles back to where it was, or it'll go the continuation. I think continuation to the upside.
Yeah. So guys, and just for me, again, identify key areas, high impact areas that, like, for example, this GRT that's in front of me. If you get that wick down on, the minute the news comes and you see that move, 0.88 could be an opportunity, because if the news isn't, as it turns out, is, almost flat or, not too surprising, you could just get that wick and then things could just carry on. So look for like big impact zones. Matic, another one, you might get your entry here, 0.53. Injective, we could easily wick down and ping the 618, 7.16 region. And then the same goes for resistance zones as well. So for those of you looking for shorts, if we get a green pump like out the gates, look for these big areas, short zones, and you see how we identify them. We see what we look for. So just draw them up on your charts. A lot of them will be on the Discord as well, and you can look and pick through a few of those. So good luck out there. Interesting trading conditions in situations like that. So smaller positions, maybe be more selective, be more precise, and just play it safe out there, guys.
Dylan, Rune opened while we were talking, 1.79. I've just checked. It's opened up on my exchange. The trade opened up.
We printed a long. Okay, let's go.
It's got into. I'm in a long.
Okay, guys, we long Rune in closing. In closing, we are long Rune 1.8. We are longing Rune here. You can see we've got the 618. I've got a 382. It was an area of interest previously. You can see why we were sitting in this sort of middle zone. Wasn't very interesting. I was saying we need to be lower or we need to be higher for a trade. Here's an opportunity. Okay, Lux Algo agrees. So for me, I'm going to be long Rune here. Stops, again, you got to manage your own risk here, guys. It's how you want to play it. If I start losing this 382 and we start dipping below 1.76, maybe a little bit lower, I'd probably start cutting, and then you start identifying areas lower down as to where it could bounce next. So this is how we're playing it for now.
1.76 perfectly ties up with the wick that we had on the 15th of September. It acted as resistance at that point, and that's exactly where I've got mine as well.
Cool. So guys, that's the plan. We'll catch you tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. We may or may not be on live. I think Sheldon's live with Run tonight. Kyle might even be there as well. I might make it. I might not be able to make it, but otherwise we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Have a good day.
Cheers.